Did you know that most people don't have a money problem? They have a relationship with money problem. You might think that once you reach a certain number in your bank account, your anxiety will magically vanish. But the truth is, if you are anxious with $10, you will be 10 times more anxious with $1 million. We often treat money like a ghost that haunts our dreams, a source of constant comparison, fear, and not enough Jan-ness. Today, we are going to build the financial Zen system, a systematic approach to aligning your wealth with your inner peace and reclaiming your sense of control. Let me tell you the story of David. David was a successful stockbroker who spent his days chasing numbers. He lived in a house he couldn't afford to impress people he didn't like. Despite his high income, David woke up every morning with a tightening in his chest. He was on a hedonic treadmill. The more he earned, the more he spent, and the faster he had to run. He felt he was losing his healing because his life had become a slave to a spreadsheet. David eventually sought guidance from an old friend named Master Cato, a former hedge fund manager who had retired to a quiet life of gardening and Zen practice. Cato didn't talk about returns on investment. He talked about the architecture of enough. "David," he said, "wealth is like water. If you have too little, you die of thirst. If you have too much, you drown. To find peace, you must build a system that allows the water to flow without flooding your soul." Master Cato taught David the 3 pillars of the financial Zen protocol. The first pillar is the enough audit. Most people struggle with money because they have never defined what enough looks like. They are chasing an infinite horizon. The protocol requires you to calculate your minimum viable joy. What is the actual cost of a life that truly satisfies you? Not the life the media tells you to want, but the life you want. When David did this audit, he realized that 75% of his spending was identity tax, money spent to maintain an image that brought him no real happiness. By defining his boundaries, he regained his first sense of Jiangkungan. He wasn't chasing a ghost anymore. He was meeting a target. The second pillar is flow automation. Stress is caused by the constant need to make micro-Jan decisions about money. Should I buy this? Can I afford that? This creates a massive cognitive load. Master Cato taught David to automate the stewardship. This means setting up a system where savings, investments, and bill payments happen without human intervention. By removing the friction of decision Jan making, you remove the emotional weight of money. Money moves from being a constant source of worry to a quiet background utility. This is the Zen of finance, where the system works so well that you forget it's even there. The third pillar is value Jan-based consumption. This is about the spiritual alignment of your wallet. Master Cato explained that every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in and the kind of person you want to be. The protocol requires you to audit your spending through the lens of your core values. David realized he valued learning and health, yet he spent more on luxury cars than on books or organic food. He began to redirect his wealth toward things that provided long Jan-term resonance, rather than short Jan-term dopamine. This is the ultimate form of discipline, using your resources to support your soul. The epiphany for David came 3 months later. He had sold his oversized house and moved into a modest, beautiful apartment near a park. His system was automated. His spending was aligned. For the first time in a decade, he looked at his bank account and felt nothing. No fear. Just a quiet sense of utility. He had found his healing. The healing of his relationship with scarcity. He realized that financial Zen is not about being rich. It is about being free. True wealth is the ability to fully experience life. If your money is causing you to miss your life, it is not an asset. It is a liability. Build your system today. Define your enough. Automate your flow. And align your spending with your soul. When you master your money, you stop being a servant to the currency and start being the master of your time. The path to peace is not paved with more gold, but with more wisdom.